All right, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Archibald. Hopefully you guys are having a great Friday so far as you kick off the weekend. I just wanted to shoot you guys a quick little update on the house here. As you can see from the outside of the house, we got the drainage plane nearly complete. There's a few loose ends that they need to get in there and tape up and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we'll make sure it gets done for sure. We still gotta come out here and install some windows. We're actually experiencing some window delays from our manufacturer with Plygem, but we've got install dates ready to go, so we're not too far off, not the end of the world. But as far as the stage that we're at right now, we are currently at the rough end stage. So essentially what they've been working on this entire week is they've been inside the house conducting frame punch work, getting the strapping in for all the engineering, such as that guy right there, those two little straps. That's the type of stuff that the framers have been working on, let alone some of the punch work that I've asked them to come back in and do. And then as you can see, we got gas, we got electrical, we got plumbing, and we got HVAC in the house. So they're just kind of tightening some screws on the utility installs in the house, and then we're actually getting ready to conduct what we call the big bad rough-in inspection. Again, if you remember from the introduction that we did, this is probably the biggest inspection that we go through on the house. There's a lot of stuff that we have to get right here to make sure that we're able to move on to the next stage of the build. And we should be okay. We've been doing relatively well on our rough ends out here. They're not missing anything major. Typically, again, if you remember from the introduction, the stuff that they find at this point in time is usually pretty minor stuff. It takes 24 hours to come in and get the stuff corrected, and we'll have it back on for inspection. So we don't really lose a lot of time here. But that's essentially the stage of the house that we're in right now. We got some OSB material ready to go. As soon as we pass that rough-in inspection, this whole wall back here is actually a shear wall. So once we get the insulation installed, we pass the insulation inspection, all this sheathing right here is going to be used to actually cover this wall right here so we can complete the shear wall, and then we have to get that inspected also. So a little bit different as far as how we put these houses together than what you might be used to from an inspection process, but we definitely get it done. So without further ado, I just want to give you guys a quick little 360 through the house. Again, if you remember from the introduction, this is about that time frame where we're getting ready for that build quality orientation. If you remember what the build quality orientation was, that's when we're going to bring you guys inside and just kind of give you a 360 tour of the house. Again, we want to just confirm the meat and potatoes in the house as far as what you guys are paying for. So I always like to give you guys a quick little sneak peek. This is always a good reference video for you guys to use and kind of use as reference points throughout the house. You know, get an idea where, you know, some of this electrical is getting ran in case you guys want to come in and do some custom work and stuff. But mostly it's just for your guys' entertainment and information and keep you guys updated on the house. Again, you guys have that open rail option selected. So once we come in and do the trim work, we're going to install the open rail ballast system that you guys selected. That'll be after sheetrock. And then once that all gets installed, we do the trim cabinets and we go into the paint stage, rough paint stage that is. All right, so we are currently upstairs here. This is the loft area right here. Again, that's that HVAC system that's going to be up there. Your pull-down access is going to be right here to be able to access that. Then we walk into your master bedroom here. If I remember right, you guys are gonna have your TV data right here. I'm gonna mount it right here on the other side of this stud. We got the high voltage ready to go for you, so you got power on that wall, no issue. You'll be able to hook up whatever you need to there. And then when we bring the low voltage company in to do that, they're gonna put their little box right about there. I had it marked up when the plumbers came in to do their job. They took my stud out and then flipped it over. So I promise you guys don't have a TV data package going on the inside of your shower there. But this is your master shower-ish area right here. Again, you got the shower pan. We got a lot of stuff going on right here that we're looking for when we talk about PCS standards, Pulte construction standards. There's a lot of things that I'm actually looking for in this little area to make sure are correct before we actually move into sheetrock. One of them being, you know, making sure you got the proper slope on the bench seat there. You know, we got the Typar tape to be fastened to your blocking right here. And essentially when we start creating that drainage plane, this is gonna be a tile wall here. We wanna make sure that if any water does happen to get behind your tile and or sheetrock, it's gonna go basically right back down into the pan. It's the first step to creating that drainage plane for the shower. Right behind me is the dual vanity that would be right here. You got your water closet, little linen closet off to the right side of it there, and then another little linen closet right here before we go into your master closet. One of my favorite parts of our walk-in closets, we actually give you guys supply vents in them, so they're actually temperature controlled closets. Hopefully you guys find that as cool as I do. All right, we'll take you back across the house, give you a little tour of the guest bedrooms here. Right to my left here, you got that guest bathroom. There's a lot of stuff that you see in here that you might have questions about. This is all the type of stuff that we're gonna be talking about, especially stuff like this 6-sided assembly behind the tub here. As we get into your build quality orientation, we're gonna talk about stuff like that. And right across the hallway over here, got the laundry room. And then your guest bedrooms. Of course, right over here is going to be that walk-in closet there. Kind of the same setup in here. Again, you can see I've got the rooms all marked up for you with your options that you selected. For electrical, you got your ceiling fan pre-wire, TV data right there. Should all be in the right locations that we talked about at the introduction. Again, that's something I always like to personally come in and do myself and make sure the house is all marked up for the electricians to come in and make sure they get everything in the right spot. Other than that, that is all I've got for you this week. Again, next week we're looking to pass that rough-in inspection. If we pass the rough-in inspection, we're going to be working on insulation inspection. Once we pass that, we're going to get the shear wall put up. That'll get inspected hopefully the same day that we put it up. That's kind of a one-off inspection. I'm able to kind of call in the same day. And then once we get the green light on all of that, we are going to stock sheetrock and probably conduct your build quality orientation somewhere around that time frame. I'm probably going to reach out to you this weekend to square away a date and time for that here coming up relatively shortly. And then once we do the orientation, we're going to start hanging sheetrock, and then the house is going to completely change its personality again. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the next few videos that we send out shortly after. Other than that, if you guys have any questions on anything that you've seen here, feel free to reach out. Call, text, shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And I will see you guys on the next update.